Hi folks, how's it going? Sunday evening here again, another week over. The last update was very late Wednesday night when I got it done, and it was posted then first thing Thursday morning. So we only had Thursday and Friday as working days for the rest of the week. So not an awful lot of ground, but I want to just make a few points just to finish the thing out. So um, we had a meeting with SCSI CEO Shirley Coulter. Um, and not so much a meeting. It was actually more of a case that I got a phone call with her. I was lucky to get it in the end, right? Very firm in the independence part, to the point that I think she's made it some probably homeowners maybe trying to make contact there as well, and with government. They said they've been hauled into this that they never intended to or wanted to be hauled into, and that if it gets too much they'll just walk away from it, because there's no gains for them in this. This is them doing a service. It's a charitable organisation, which I wasn't really aware of either, right? And it's basically made up there to try and provide some guidance. That's what it's for. But they're sort of pulled into more of the heavy stuff here now. But she made it very clear she wouldn't be bending for homeowners and she wouldn't be bending for government. And really, that's what I wanted to hear, and that was good. She said the QSs in the local area will have a massive input to this, which is great for us because we know that they know what's going on in terms of true costs on the ground. But had about 20 minutes with her. We also sent through a very detailed email. I got Eileen to pull a lot of that together. We also had an engineer involved and a couple of others, and we think that's pretty comprehensive. And we sent that through as well, so that's good. And she has that in front of her there as well. I happened to get her email address, so I sent it on anyway. So it's there for her to look at. So that was good from that point of view. I think we do need to push this one still with government regards something in black and white that guarantees that whatever it is SCSI come up with, that they will be respected as truly independent, as credible, and there'll be transparency around what they put on the table versus what the minister may have run with. And we're led to believe it should not be different, but if it is different, we want to see that difference, and that's what we're asking for, and some sort of confirmation of that. So I would really hope we will get something like that this week here. I was sort of optimistic towards the tail end of this week here, but it didn't happen. So hopefully next week now we get someone on that. Other stuff as well. We brought up at a meeting then with the officials. And again we've brought this up in the past. The stuff to do with the standard not being fit for purpose because it doesn't include other deleterious materials. Foundations are not in there, for example. We did get the certification on a statutory footing, which we asked for. We've been told we're getting that all right, but not the other two things, and that has to be bottomed out here. And for people that are wondering why we didn't talk about this before, it's been in our final submission, which was what I think we put that through. Well, the end of September was the final submission deadline, so it was in long before that. In terms of that submission document is also part of our working meetings as well, working group meetings. So it's been there all along. It's not a new thing to us. So really, the need now for deleterious materials other than mica and pyrite, Donegal County Council have also latched onto that, and that's why they haven't processed any applications in the last couple of months here now. So they've got a meeting this week with the housing department, and that is what it's all about. Really, it's down to trying to make sure that this stuff is not ignored, let it be in the standard or not. So the standard needs updated, needs that regulation needs amended, and we believe that could be done fairly quickly if the will is there to do it. It certainly can't wait to February time whenever this bill passes through, or is not even, they're only putting the bill together at that stage. So it's important that council do take a stand, and we actually absolutely welcome that. And they're going to push here now to see what is the guidance from the housing department on this. We can't ignore something that's massively, massively important like pyrite just because it's not mentioned in the standard. So that's all good stuff. The other thing is the foundations, like I said, that needs to be pushed there as well. Other things we're looking for the council to push on for us is the fact that there is, there's fees outstanding now for, quite a long length of time, as in 15, 17 months type thing. And whatever about the to and froing and further information requests and all that type of stuff, the reality is that's an awful long time, particularly when we know the new scheme is going to be asking are not asking at all. It's going to be basically set up that the homeowner's not out that money anyway. So to my mind, you shouldn't be waiting now for stage one approval to get your money back. As long as that invoice is in there from the engineer, the testing and all's done, then why would it not be paid out? And that's what we'd be asking them to do. You know, you're coming into Christmas time again here now, and money for everybody's going to be tight. Particularly when you see the amount of money that's been spent in heating. I know for our own house here, it's just been a different winter completely here, keeping the thing warm. So, you know, there needs to be money paid out, particularly the people that's been waiting the longest, get that underway. So we've asked for that, and to expedite that as best they possibly can. So that'll be looked at here too. The other part is the emergency works at 5k, you know, for a chimney that needs removed or whatever the case may be, to make the thing safe. This is not stuff, this should be treated as the emergency that it is, and not stuff that's just on a list that you work through when you get to it. You know, that's just not acceptable at this stage in the game here now. And again, it's what they're planning to do anyway. So I would hate to think that we're waiting on February before that happens. Some of this stuff should be fit to be pulled forward and put into practice as soon as possible here. That's what we'd be asking for there. And the other part too that we've pushed on is interrelationship. So I would like the council to push as well here for that interrelationship between the housing agency engineer and the homeowner engineer to be more hand in glove and not just a standoff, handoff to one from one to the other. The experience that homeowner engineers have at this stage cannot be ignored for newbie housing executive or housing agency engineers to come in and make all these decisions without taking on board the experience that's already out there and has been, you know, generated and gathered over the last year and a half here. So that's the stuff that we're asking for them in there. So the testing fees returned, the emergency works, and that business of the relationship between the engineers on top of the deleterious materials and the foundations. That's really the ask this week whenever they meet with the housing department, which will be happening this week. So that's the stuff in there that we're asking about. Probably the good news or nice news was in around the other softer end of things, but equally important now, particularly this time of year. Barry Kearney there went away and done a brilliant job. His house is 2 miles outside Gleneely on the Maville Road there. You'll not miss it now anyway. Is all lit up, and you know, the kids can go along, put their name down there, pick up a packet of sweets. You don't even have to go into the house. It's all sitting outside nice and safely off-road parking and barriers up, let kids in do what they got to do, and your name's down there for a draw. He's got some brilliant prizes. He got money anonymously from America there too that bought lots of great prizes, and some of the, again, the usual stuff with suppliers being absolutely brilliant. So he's done a great job and around all that stuff. So fair play to Barry, and I was glad he got the call out that he needed to. So this week, SCSI, that whole terms of reference is important. We want to see that. We want to see that transparency, that credibility and independence being respected. From a DCC perspective, like I say, with their housing department meeting this week, that pyrite and other deleterious materials, what can they do as soon as possible to get these applications rolling again? What amendment can they make to the existing standard as a get us by while they look at the standard in its entirety then? The inclusion of the foundations in there, get the applications rolling like we just talked about. They're not all going to be held up due to pyrite. Some of them must be excessive mica, very low compressive strengths. They don't, without the pyrite argument, you know, these should be fit and move forward. So we'd ask the council to do that, and we'll be following up on that. And then the testing payments getting refunded and the emergency works. That's probably the list for the council. And then RTB is another one that I'm having a couple of meetings this week with other people as well that hopefully gives a wee bit more clarity in that, maybe towards the back end of the week. So that's kind of where we're at. As I say, we only had Thursday and Friday as 2 working days since the last update, so not an awful lot for you, but hopefully let's see we're still plugging away here. All right, have a good week ahead. Thanks, folks. Bye.